This week in Walt Disney World Photo Updates, we're going to be concentrating kind of heavily at the Magic Kingdom. We're going to start on the monorail loop, where you see some of the construction ongoing for the DVC project for the Grand Floridian Hotel. Now, this is on the outside of the monorail loop. This is also on the outside of the monorail loop. So they left one of the parking lots there. Back on the inside of the monorail loop, you can see the wedding pavilion off to the right, and this kind of crazy wall here while they work pushing out into the lagoon. Back on the left side, again outside of the monorail loop, they've got more work done on the other side of these facilities. So the hotel expansion is going to be big and wrap around both sides of the monorail loop. Here we are again on the inside. Looking across the bay, you see there's been some scrim work done here on the Contemporary Hotel just to change out the air conditioning, apparently, is what the scuttlebutt says. Just wanted to point out that they still are doing magical moments, and I love it when they do that. Here, a cast member hands to my pin trading son 2 pins simply on a card just for being interested in pin trading. This I thought was interesting, a video we found at the Emporium, which does not say Disney's Hollywood Studios, it just says Disney Studios. There's one of these for every park. You can see the Epcot one up in the corner here, but this one indeed just says Disney Studios, and it's not referring to the Paris park. If you look carefully here at this coordinator, the working lead or hourly manager in Liberty Square, you will see that he is sporting a beard. It's the first beard and goatee combination I have seen in the park since the revised policy. And of course this is up to everyone to decide whether it is appropriate looking or not. The Liberty Bell riverboat has come back from its refurbishment. As you can see, the railings have been painted. They're all nice and shiny and everything looks great on the boat itself. We took the opportunity to have a look around Big Thunder Mountain Railroad, which is continuing its long-term refurbishment. They've taken away many of the animatronics here. There's some extra pigs nearby. And as you can see, they've got scaffolding up in several places, and they're replacing entire roofs. Here we are back at the main building, as seen from the riverboat, actually. And you can see they've been doing some work here on the railings as well. At the exit to Haunted Mansion, not only have they thinned out some of the trees, you can see the construction wall behind the graveyard, and this is the construction wall to the side of the graveyard, the pet cemetery, all for this zone. This is formerly the Skyway building up on the hill here. They've stripped out quite a bit of the landscape that was there previously, and as you can see when I zoom in a little bit, there's the Haunted Mansion building behind it. There's a lot of space to work with here, and some of the rumors are now saying we may see some Tangled meet and greet area there, as well as revised restrooms. A view of the Beast's Castle with some new chimneys in the foreground now in New Fantasyland, and a slightly fuzzy view of Prince Eric's castle for the Little Mermaid. And these decorations are new. The building has had the turrets for some time, but the decorations are newly placed. Also new in Fantasyland, if you're a frequent visitor of Philharmagic, Mickey's Philharmagic, you recognize that the curtains are missing, and in its place are these projections on the side. What that will mean is that there's no curtains closing in later on in the show. They do everything with digital technology. I don't know if I've pointed this out, but they've recently added different devices that take a beating in the Winnie the Pooh pre-show and queue area. I thought this was interesting at City Hall. Over in this corner here, you won't be able to see it in this photo, it's a fairly large spider web with a spider in it and a fresh kill caught inside the web itself. Now, the reason I point this out is not that Disney World would have a spider web, but that it would have it in City Hall. This is guest relations in the Magic Kingdom, the one place you would think that cares the most about proper standards and things looking clean and kept up. But there it is. The cast members are behind the counter over here looking at the spider all day long. Apparently they never walk in their own location. Just an interesting shot of the side of the castle during the projections. Thought it was interesting to see how some of the projections do wrap around all the way to the side. I'm standing on the walkway over toward Liberty Square. Peter Pan's had some work done on part of its Fast Pass queue. The Fast Pass is still open. And then on our way out, we spotted this little bit of guest misbehavior, I guess. And since it was very cold, they had the canvas up for the plants so that they do not freeze overnight, since the temperatures in Florida, Central Florida, dip down to freezing. Once again, that does it for another week. Those of you who have been asking, the yearbook is the unofficial yearbook I put out chronicling all the changes in Walt Disney World in the past year. There's one of those for 2010 and one for 2011. Thanks for checking in, and we will catch you guys next week.